All right.
Yeah.
My name is Phantom567459, or Dark Phantom, and we're going to be doing a category called All Main Conquests in the original Star Wars Battlefront 1 2004. We've seen Battlefront 2, we've seen Battlefront 2 2017. Now we're going to see where it all started. I've already done some.
Was on here.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
2017.
Oh wow.
Yep, we played a little bit earlier. On the couch with me is Lane and Skinny.
Hi there.
Hello.
Skinny is another runner from Battlefront 2004, and Lane mostly does KOTOR speedruns, but he is a mainstay in the Star Wars speedrunning community in general. And we did commentary together last year, so I'm glad to have him join me again.
And of course, I have made promises in the past to eventually speedrun this game and eventually join multiplayer Monday. But
Really?
it's an eventually. It's an eventually thing.
Sweet.
For the official record, I have done Pazakden.
That is fair. So yeah.
I did
Regardless,
KOTOR.
I think with a run this long, the sooner you start, probably the better. So.
All right, so just so we already know, I've already done setup. This is on easy, and we're only doing these top 4 conquests here: Birth of the Rebellion, Darkseid Rising, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. And I'm going to do the hardest one first. And ready, set, go. So Skinny, if you want to explain some of the strategy here behind Birth of the Rebellion.
All right. Now you may expect me to know a lot, but I don't really run GCs. Anyways, Birth of the Rebellion. We actually had a race. What was it, last week? And I got to experience it firsthand. It is a very RNG heavy GC. So that's why we usually do it first. There are a lot of brutal maps that'll just knock your time down. I mean, it's a very difficult GC. That's why most runners do it. I'm assuming you're doing it in one full segment, so you won't be resetting, correct?
Nope, never resetting.
Okay, yeah. So he could do it in any order. It wouldn't really matter, but most runners that are doing all conquests are used to it.
Yeah, and so whenever he says GC, that's referring to Galactic Conquest, which was a really fun game mode in both of the original Battlefronts, 1 and 2. Many people have great memories of trying to conquer the galaxy with their siblings, or the like. And the whole idea is that you're just going through the set of the different planets and usually playing as a single faction the whole time, using various bonuses to attempt to, essentially conquer the galaxy one way or the other.
So the idea behind doing all main GCs is that you all get to see whatever your favorite faction is. I'm going to run them all. But we're not going to do the mini GCs because, honestly, they're just rehashes mostly.
And that'll take,
and
take quite
they
a
were
bit.
designed more for split screen play.
Yeah, save it for the all scenarios run.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what do you think the odds are of getting all scenarios into a Kessel run?
Dude, that would be fun, and at the same time, that would mean we don't have a whole lot of other content unless we're going a whole week.
Well, the idea is day 3 is the Battlefront day, and just,
Nice.
leave it like that.
What difficulty would we do? Easy, medium, or hard?
Oh, definitely hard. I mean, no question.
Looking
Oh,
like
no.
we're having good RNG here.
Yeah, I saw for a second there that they were looking at capping the cisterns, but I think we're gonna be okay.
This map is very known for being reset most of the time. The Tusken
dude.
Raiders, especially on easy, will lose their command post, and that means the timer will stop ticking, and you have to go recap it, or the Tusken Raiders have to recap it. So it is a big reset map, and that's why Student C is always first for the Jedi Hero bonus and for to knock out Student C.
Yes, that's a very important distinction there. Because Galactic Conquest, as Lane explained, is its own separate game mode that encaptured a lot of minds. It has bonuses, unlike any other area of the game. So there is a strategy for grabbing bonuses quickly. Jedi Hero is the most noticeable one, and obviously it is the best one. And oh my gosh, this map could go horribly.
Next up, Mos Eisley, another fan favorite map. Especially people have a
Infamous.
lot of memories. Yeah, a lot of people have memories of this map from Battlefront 2, particularly playing the Hero Assault options with it. you know, getting to, you know, slash
Oh,
your friends
dude.
down.
A
Okay.
Ooh, that's a
detail
great nade
that
jump.
not many players know about this map, at least not many BF2 players know about this map, is that it actually has a vehicle for the Empire. The Empire gets an ATST and the CAS get an AAT. So not many players know about that. At least not many BF2 players know about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
perfectly
so-
balanced.
This is an important detail. The AI also picks a bonus. And with these main GCs, they start out with most of them. And they happen to pick the worst bonus. Like, the other ones are pretty negligible. The one that they pick, though, is called... Oh, crap, what is it? I lost my train of thought there. You can't see anyone on the minimap. Orbital sensors.
There it is.
And we did do a glitch at the very beginning. I did before you get on stream. Console players can actually see everyone by default on easy, even if it is Galactic Conquest. On PC, you can't, unless you switch difficulties, which I already did. You switch difficulties and then load back in. Do I have another grenade? I don't have another grenade, so we're gonna have to walk. There is a fun way to take this CP. I'll probably have to do it anyway. But
Another mechanic that not many BF2 players,
Yeah.
the BF2 players can't use is nade jumping. We usually always use it for movement, especially on this map. This map especially because of the rooftops. It's a lot easier to get.
This is gonna be
on top
brutal.
of them
Oh!
with grenades.
you have to
Yeah,
watch
I'll
out.
point
This
out-
turret on the roof is so bad.
Oh, yeah, turrets in this game are awful. Well, for multiple different ways. For one thing, the AI loves to get in them, which is quite funny and quite useful at times. But also, they're awful in that the AI tends to have eerily good aim with them, to the point where it can really mess up a lot of runs. Another
Yeah, the
feature that BF2 doesn't get is the falling prone that he just did.
Yeah, so this is a kind of a cute little strat here. We can sit here and neutralize the command post and get our allies to come in. It's really convenient, and I can't see where the last one is, but we're gonna blow up that guy anyway. Oh, looks like we have teammates here too, which is convenient. I'm gonna go ahead and respawn here real quick just to make sure I'm not losing any CPs. Because as you can see, yep, called it. Okay, we should be clean now.
That game sense.
Yeah, the
nade
most
jumps
important
are really
thing.
cool in this. Yeah.
The most
Nade
important
jumps
thing is
get
to not
really,
lose
really
a CP.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're not even. We haven't even touched the
As soon as you
surface.
get, yeah, jet troopers and dark troopers make the nade jumps really interesting for this game.
Jet nading. We should be seeing some of that on VSR run, right? On Hoth.
Yeah, and if we may incentivize. I've said this beforehand. If we're far enough ahead, I may blow up Naboo just so that we can see Kashyyyk, because you don't see Kashyyyk this entire run.
Best map.
It's horrible. But you guys missed it while I was making sure the stream was okay. I ran probably the best Empire Kashyyyk I've ever had. 3 clean captures on docks. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Next map is Bespin Platforms, which is another super RNG dependent map, especially as the Rebellion. Oh, don't hit that guy.
So this may be a controversial take, but Platies was like always my favorite map growing up. Me and my brother used to play so much of this. Yeah, I love
Platforms.
Plats so much.
Platforms is
I play a lot with
unique.
my dad as well. It is really good.
Okay.
It was always Plats or the other Cloud City map, the other Bespin map, which was also, I know, is a much more of a classic in the community.
He takes out the Phantom takes out the turrets because, as you'll notice, the X-wings have been landing on the platforms to help him cap all the CPs. And he shoots the X-wings. His teammates' X-wings are landed that they're not inside of, so that they don't hop in and not cap the CP, which they tend to do.
And as with Battlefront 2, there's 2 things that are basically exactly the same as Battlefront 2. One, we love pilot/engineer because of these amazing health packs that are going to save my life more times than not, because I cannot hit a shot. Oh. This map is so RNG dependent, though. You're probably gonna lose the docks anyway, but I tried. Like, I legitimately tried to do the fast cap.
That is why we do Birth of the Rebellion first when we're running this category.
Wook Wook stole my plane, and
Oh no.
Oh, honestly, it might be okay. They're all in the turrets. And I'm going the wrong way. There's a dude in this turret over here. If I can actually get a plane, I can actually finish him off, and there will be no AI left to cap the CPs. Oh, dude, this is over.
Perfect. I like how we call them planes.
Yeah. Spaceships, who cares? Oh, don't do that, don't do that. That was very bad. I have landed on myself many times.
I love this game. I love that they just let you get out of the ships whenever. It's perfect. Honestly, that's really one of the things that puts this above Battlefront 2 for me in a lot of ways. The amount of maps that amphibious isn't really the right word because we're flying, not in water. But there's like you have both the fight in the sky with the ships and the ground assault. It just makes it really fun, that dichotomy.
And there are no AI left, so we are set. The reason I did platforms third, most of the time you're going to see me kind of do all the maps in the same order to get rid of the most annoying bonuses and get Jedi Hero. This is actually very specific order because 1, I want Jedi Hero, and then 2, I want Sabotage so that I can play Renfar Harbor next, and their AT-AT will enter with basically no health. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
Now, this is a fan favorite map. Everyone will notice it. It is, in my opinion, one of the best maps ever made, at least in recognition.
So yeah, I see that Phantom was foregoing the nade jump there at the start because we're going for safety here in this marathon.
Dude, the nade jump there is pretty fun. I probably should. I'll do that as Republic.
Very un-Phantom-like to do safe strats.
Oh, it wasn't even that safe because it was gonna respawn anyway. But it looks like
sniper down the tunnel.
Oh yeah. Usually I use trooper here, but I thought maybe I could get away with sniper. I don't think I'm going to though. Oh, maybe I will. Oh, maybe not.
I prefer for the concussions. I don't really see the use of a recon, at least not on this map.
We got it anyway. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to mash follow me a ton. I don't do it as much as what I should, but you want the AI to help you. Like, they're your buddies. Oh, like that dude. Like, he just dropped me a health pack.
Of course, we got Luke Skywalker there on our back, crawling along with us. All the hero animations look kind of goofy in this game.
We don't want heroes. What are we talking about? Only AI heroes allowed. Dark Troopers are the scariest unit in this game. Dark Troopers and Rebel pilots, and Luke is just gonna run through all of these guys. Okay, so now we're gonna have to recap the courtyard, but overall, I'm pretty pleased with how this map has gone.
As a sniper, you handled the forward flank very well. And you may have noticed that his grenades just stuck to the ground instead of bouncing. Those are called sticky nades, another mechanic of Battlefront 04.
Yeah,
some
and
surfaces they can get stuck to and instantly blow up like water, and
yeah,
surfaces...
it has to do with frame rate and it hitting where the grenade hits and how it hits, and that.
What do you mean? It's a feature, not a glitch. It's intended like feature.
Clearly intended, and I am gonna get wrecked here. Oh, dude. Come on. There's still one other person here. He's probably down below. I don't know who did that, but you're my hero. And that's it. That's Cloud City, everyone.
Excellent awareness,
Nice.
and very lucky that rocket destroyed that turret.
We've captured a command
that must be him. He's trying to destroy that rocket over there. Or try to destroy that turret over there. So, in Galactic Conquest, after one team wins 4 maps, so if the AI wins 4 times, or you win 4 times, or your friend, if you're playing couch co-op, you will get a chance to destroy a planet or take over a planet. As the rebels, we're going to take over Kashyyyk. And now we're going to attack Harbor and use sabotage. So what that comes down to is there are 9 maps in every GC that we're going to do, coming out to 36 for you math nerds out there.
I always love the little loading screen with the boop-a-doops.
Yeah, and you see that. And you see the little, there's like a little hang there. For some reason in windowed mode it acts like it hangs. It's not crashing. It just happens. And people have asked me when I go to look at their runs, like, is this okay? Yeah, it's a feature.
We play windowed mode because full screen on the 1.2 version of this game, which we run, is not as reliable.
Yeah, I have a lot of crashing when we use the... It looks like there's a pilot in there, maybe, so I probably should just destroy it. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it too safe there. Hopefully, the other tank will destroy it. And the turrets. So we're going to come back here. So a cool feature of this map that a lot of people don't know is that... Oh, come on. He's not going to follow me. That's the way this is going to go.
Yeah, I think BF2 and BF1 have in common that the AI are not the smartest.
Okay. So, if they lose the AT-AT, and I have this CP, it will not respawn. This is the only map that is like that. It was part of kind of a feature they intended. We got some beta maps, but this one, the source code for it actually is kind of like partially incomplete. It's really weird. This one was intended to be a 4-way map where each side, whoever is attacking in Galactic Conquest, gets the tank. So like in this Galactic Conquest, since I attacked, I would actually get the Rebel Hovernaut. And as we know, the Rebel Hovernaut does not show up in this game. It's in the game files, though.
What a shame.
And the CIS would get the MTT. Did we? Oh, they killed the AT-AT. Sweet. This is much better luck than the last time I played this map. Basically, the idea on easy is you just run by all of them.
Except you want to go for those darkies.
Oh, okay. And there goes my ammo droid. I am probably dead here, but we'll keep... Oh! Yeah, I'm very animated when I play this game. It's very sketchy. Okay. I think the worst is behind us.
Again, very well situational awareness.
We've captured a command post. Victory is
Yeah, neat stuff about Rinvar. Rinvar is a planet with one of the original name ideas for Hoth from Empire Strikes Back, and there is lots of early concept ideas of having hidden ruins on Hoth and things like that. They were ultimately scrapped for the sake of pacing in the film. But that's kind of the origins behind this planet.
I never knew that.
Yep. And then Pandemic pilfered them for their Star Wars 2002, the Clone Wars game, which is the spiritual predecessor to this game. Yes, Build Nye, that is Lane on comms.
Alright, Naboo time. I remember my first time switching to this game from BF2. I was really thrown off. Well, actually, this isn't Feed. This is the Plains. But Feed being daytime threw me off the first time playing this game because I'd done BF2 before BF1.
Yep.
Speed, I would say, on BF1 is much better. We get... it's a lot better than the map. BF2 has a glitch on that map where the AI gets stuck in a corner. And as bad as our AI are, our map is playable.
You will see me on this map. I never really explain this a lot whenever I do it. You'll see me on this map flip a lot between first and third person. Normally I play in third person. Some people play in first person. There's not a whole lot of differences. However, this tank is significantly more accurate if you're in first person. Significantly. Trying to get the attention of this pilot down here. And he just built a turret for that dude.
Again, the AI focus on a lot of other things than capturing command posts.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be a higher priority, but those turrets are just so alluring.
They are.
You'd think.
Okay. And sometimes you'll notice I just leave CPs neutral. Like, if I'm pretty confident the AI are gonna grab them, I'm just gonna leave them there.
I am not as ballsy as he is. He is known for his YOLOs.
Yeah, I'm pretty aggressive when it comes to this game. That's the beauty of this game. There's so many different ways to play it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it is RNG heavy.
It's well illustrated. It's well illustrated by the sheer number of categories that this game has. How many y'all guys up to now?
Oh, dude, it's a ton if you count the ILs and everything. We actually have a category extensions board, which is usually only for the bigger games, but we have so many categories it just made sense. Let's make sure we're not losing this CP.
Because the way the roles are organized in y'all's Discord is by how many categories you've done, which I think one of the ranks is like 200.
Oh, I think Glenmore's up above like 300 or 400. There's just so many different ways to play this game, and, you know, the criteria generally that I roll by is like, is it a main part of the game? Okay. Well, you do each map 4 ways. That's four different ways to run it for one map. There's 16 maps in the game. Actually, there's 18. There's 17 maps if you count the DLC Jabba's Palace, which doesn't exist on PS2. I'm gonna die here. That's okay though.
Weren't you modding it into PS2?
Yeah, I was trying, but I hit the same roadblocks that the developers probably did. This game is not as efficient as Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 uses some funky computer science wizardry to make stuff that is much more detailed show up.
Yeah, so 17 maps, 4 factions, 3 difficulty levels, so that's going to be 12 times 17. Oh god, math real quick on stream. That's going to be, yeah, like 3, that's already up to like, because 2 times 17 is 34, and then that's going to be plus the 170. So that's already 204 different categories just for instant action ILs. And then you have all of your conquest stuff, those different difficulties, the campaign stuff, those different difficulties, so on and so forth.
So far in the run, you have not had that many difficulties. It's been going fairly smooth.
Dude, yeah, a lot of times this individual category takes me like 40 minutes.
It is a very tough category indeed.
Yeah, but of course, Phantom is a professional, so we don't need to worry.
Exactly.
Commander Skywalker has entered the battle.
Where's Lemore? He's usually yelling at me to play safe.
He should have been the one commentating, not me. I'm not nearly as knowledgeable as he is.
Get in, buddy. Thank you. Someone got in.
I mean, I don't run this game.
One thing about the AI logic is that once one AI commits to getting in, nobody else will take their spot. It's kind of annoying, actually.
Spread out. Move away. Move. Let's go. Back me up. Follow me. Let's go.
Zunmore's the one who's run every single category of this game, basically. He's very good at it and has pushed these categories much lower than I ever thought possible. For a long time, I basically thought this category was untouchable at like 37 or 38 minutes. It's just that bad.
He's a very skilled player and helped
no enemy ever gets in that tank, by the way. That one I just walked by. It's too close to the barrier. Oh, we lost the CP. I'm gonna go up here and see if I can save it, but probably not.
Yeah, this map is very, unless you don't have a jet, like if you're not playing as Dark Trooper, this map can get chaotic very fast with enemies just spreading across all different parts of the map and just capping everything. It's a very RNG heavy map if you don't have a Dark Trooper.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I tried to get him while he was in the air. Not that good. Okay. I'm just gonna smash all those guys with the tank. Hey, look, they kept the palace.
We've captured a command post.
Yeah, they gave him a tank.
That's one thing about this game too. There's actually names to all the CPs. Battlefront 2 does not have that luxury. You're gonna see me compare a lot to Battlefront 2, but honestly, with some technological improvements, they're basically the same game. Like, totally different styles of maps.
There is a rivalry that you'll notice. We fight a lot, but at the end of the day, I do love Battlefront 2 as well. I think the runs are super enjoyable to watch, and yeah, you do see us fight a lot over which is the best game, but
it's all in good fun.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we love Star Wars. We love Star Wars Battlefront, and you know we don't actually hate either of the games.
That dude just naded himself off of there.
So you made the dig at the lack of names for the CPs in Battlefront 2, but not all of the names of the CPs in this game are exactly very creative. I'm looking at the Camino names right now.
Beta 1,
we don't
Beta
talk
2.
about that. No, we don't
dude.
talk about that.
There's that Dark Trooper that naded himself off. That's where he is. They're a pain in the butt to
perfect.
kill when they're up there. For the most part, AI don't get stuck in this game. At least when you're speedrunning.
We are victorious. Choose a planet to
This map is
You
fun.
notice it.
This map is fun. You'll get to see more nade jumps on Citadel. I think that the Rebels is the most, you have to be pretty technically sound as Rebels to get the best times. As far as nade jumps and just making sure that you're not dying to crazy Dark Troopers or something.
Commander Skywalker has entered the battlefield.
I love the speedruns for this map because, like, you know, the YOLO strategy is to just go take the one hostile CP and let the AI handle everything else. And I just love that. I remember always trying that as a kid and always failing horribly.
So we're actually... I adjusted this strat from what it used to be.
Reinforcements.
I actually mine all this stuff up now. And I also mine up here just in case. Now we're gonna heal up while we cap the CP. Oh no, they're actually capping the keep.
Forces have captured a command post.
That's bad on my part. I should have been paying more attention. But we'll trust the AI for a second and... Oh wow. That nade went through that window there. I'm gonna have to take a bit of a detour and cap the keep, and then we'll do my fun strat.
They're losing reinforcements.
Yeah, okay.
Now this rocket normally shoots 2 at a time, but what we do is as soon as we shoot, we switch to our pistol, and we can save that other rocket to shoot later. And it's good to save on ammo, and you can hit your shots a bit more precisely, and it's
pretty
a
OP.
lot faster.
Yeah. From a programming perspective, it's so funny to me that it works that way. So like literally they're just calling the like fire routine twice whenever you click the button instead of like having a single atomic function for it. And it's such a choice, and it just screams early 2000s.
Yes! Oh, no, that wasn't good. Oh, dude, that was just a little bit further than I wanted to be. We're okay as long as I don't get hit.
Bro, that nade jump was nutty.
Rockets are great for these silly, overpowered turrets. Normally, when you change the difficulty, it changes accuracy. But for turrets, they're just the same the entire time. It's really annoying.
BF2, they got a bit of a nerf. They're not really nearly as useful when a AI gets into it, but when a player hops in a turret in BF2, it's much more powerful. The lasers shoot a lot faster.
There's way too many people down here, and I would much rather have them bleed out than have to worry about them capping this back and me having to recap it.
Oh yeah, for people that aren't familiar with this game, actually, Skinny, do you want to explain how the bleed feature works with CPs?
Yeah, sure. So, as you know, there's a certain amount of command posts on each map. When you capture a command post, it can cause bleed. So when you have more command posts than the enemy faction, their tickets at the top, as you can see, their little numbers, they'll slowly start to bleed out. When that number hits 0, you win. If the enemy number hits 0. If you capture all the command posts and hold it for 20 seconds, that number will automatically hit 0 and you win. That's only two ways to win this game. BF2, it's a little bit more complex with the different game modes, but that's how we do it. Usually, we always want to win by capping all the CPs. That's always the fastest. But, you know, on the harder difficulties, or if the AI are being a bit stubborn, it's best to kill them.
We've captured a command post.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's pretty funny. When I was a kid, I didn't actually realize the bleed was a thing. I just assumed those are actually people dying, because, you know, I don't know, it was a dumb 8-year-old or however old.
I'm so glad that was not just me.
The fun thing is, it can actually be modified to give CPs, like, extra weight, but the developers literally did not leverage it at all. All CPs are weighted the same.
We are victorious.
'Cause I know that the CPs do have differences in how long it takes to capture them, but aside from that, they're pretty much equivalent, right?
Yep. So the bigger CPs, like, we're gonna spawn at one called the Rebel Outpost. I'll show you it as I walk by. It takes like 33 seconds to neutralize it. It's insane. And normal command post takes 13 seconds to neutralize, if I remember correctly.
I should probably
There it
mention
is.
there's also different types of command posts, like we're about to see. The shield bunker, that's a destructible CP. It can be repaired, it's hard to do. The AI will usually go for it.
They'll try.
Destructible CPs are, you cannot capture them normally, as is in the name, you have to destroy them. So what he's going to be doing is taking a Wookiee, which a Wookiee has 3 time bombs, which will, all 3 of them will get most of the damage done. Then he'll run outside to get 1 more time bomb from the ammo droid, and then finish the job.
Conveniently, I need 4.
Right, and they were acting real casual about it, but just want to point out for you guys, the fact that Phantom was riding that speeder and not immediately crashing into a tree and dying is an extremely impressive feat. Honestly, like, the level of skill that requires, I just, you know, can't understate it. Overstate it, rather.
Yes, we've ran this map many times. Muscle memory.
And that was really lucky. That dude had me dead to rights. I don't think I've gotten a really bad death so far yet. Sometimes, if I get bad spawns back here at the shield bunker, I will just drop all 3 and then respawn. But they only built 1 turret. The turret is the worst part, and it looks like I'm gonna live.
We've captured a command post.
There's a dude. Should I kill him? Yeah. Oh, nice. That was totally not my plan. Oh. Speaking of bad deaths. Okay. There's a bike back here, and we're gonna stop this dude from... That was sweet.
As you see a lot of time, there's so many variables to this game. Like you can no map is the same. I know it's kind of cheesy to say, but literally no map, even in speedruns, are.
Oh, dude, no! They have both of them.
So improvising, like you see Phantom here do,
I'm dead.
Is a big part of these longer runs. Not necessarily ILs, but these longer runs we do improvise a lot, and a lot of different strategies you get to see in this game.
Oh, dude.
Just more of the magic of this game.
This is so bad. Oh, dude, my friend got in here, but it's not gonna be enough. Oh.
No amount of passive healing from the engineer can help with that. Or pilot.
No,
rather.
well, there was a droid there too.
Yeah,
They were just eating through everything.
There's a third type of droid that BF2 doesn't actually have, the repair droid. It only heals vehicles, and you can find on quite a few different maps, but it only heals vehicles, and that's why he didn't get blown up as fast as he normally would have.
Oh, nice. This map is a lot of respawns if you don't get the ideal bunker. We're gonna go ahead and trash these two ATSTs. And I say trash because once you hit that, and actually, if he would just have walked forward just a little bit more, he'd have been dead. But, oh, here. He's gonna walk forward. Battlefront 1, ladies and gentlemen. Gungans and droids.
I love that the Ewoks help.
Yeah. This one's gonna end in kills, but honestly, sub 40, I can live with that. Actually, I don't want to destroy that ATST too much, because I'm actually gonna take it here as soon as they get out. At 25 units, I haven't really explained this mechanic. At 25 units, every unit on that team will get out of the vehicle, and that is purely for balancing reasons. If you've ever played Battlefront 2 and thought, wow, it's really annoying that last AI's in a tank, that is literally why they put that in this game. I don't know why they took it out. Oh.
Oh yeah, the developers were like, the players doesn't quite suffer enough in Battlefront 1, so...
Okay. There's two guys left up here. I'm just gonna grab this guy's bike. There's like 4 bikes here.
Also, the bleed stops at the same time to get out of the tanks, right?
No, the bleed actually stops. It's usually pretty close. It depends on how many units they have on the field.
I see.
So once the amount of reinforcements left hits the units on the field, then they stop.
We are victorious.
First conquest done. Very well done. It's a very difficult GC to do. So now that's over with, we can move on to a more fun GC, Attack of the Clones. This is personally one of my favorite. I really enjoyed running it. The end, it gets a little bit intense because there's a lot of RNG maps, especially Geonosis, which we'll see in like another half hour. Very RNG heavy map, but it's a very fun GC to do. We get a Jet Trooper, which we may be seeing Jet Nades. I don't know what Phantom's strategy will be, but...
And if you're thinking, like, I've seen this before, you have. No, actually, you haven't yet. You will see this strat again. Except with Empire, we do it as a speeder bike. With Republic, it's a little bit safer to take the Jedi Starfighter, because you may have to go and save the bottom CP, the Sandcrawler. And as you can see, there is a Droideka there, but it looks like they took it out. Droidekas are what make this GC so horrible.
Personally, when I run the GC, I play in the 1.0 version, which has console stats, which you may not know, but the PC plays on the 1.2 version of the game, where the Droideka shield and the Dark Trooper's jet and the Clone Trooper's jet have all been changed, and the difficulty has been ramped up on 1.2. So when you're playing on 1.0 and you're running this GC, I tend to go on 1.0 because you get better jet and weaker Droideka shields.
Exactly as predicted.
What version are you on at the moment, Kessel?
I generally play on 1.2, which is the last pandemic official PC patch of the game. There is a patch that Steam has that it has basically the same stats, but I am unimpressed with a lot of the draw distance and stuff. Someone said in chat earlier, I don't remember who, about ruining my Kashyyyk Islands. Yeah. Plus, one of the keybinds is not very good, and I can't remap it. So, whenever I crouch, I press C, and whenever I press C again, I'm supposed to stand up. It doesn't work that way in the Steam version. And people are like, oh, well, that's not that bad. I'm like, yes, it is, when you've got 15 years of this mapped into your brain. You don't want that kind of change.
And I'm sure the people in chat might be curious, is there a way to downpatch the
We
Steam
are
version?
victorious.
Yes,
Secondary reinforcements.
we actually, in our Discord, have a link to the down patch. It just changes the files you need to change it to 1.2 PC. And you can go back and forth. There's another difference too. You can play either online on the Steam version, or you can play online on the community run version, which is what I usually do too. And oh my gosh, that's always loud and always catches me off guard.
Yeah, as Phantom said, there's two different multiplayers. We tend to host our multiplayer Monday event on the 1.2 version because server stability is much better, and honestly, it's just a lot smoother of an experience. The 1.3 version has very frequent crashes, not as, the dedicated server controls, from what I've heard, are not as good. I wouldn't know, I don't really host servers, but that's from what I've been told. And overall, the 1.3 Steam version is just a less fun experience for multiplayer. Of course, playing multiplayer is always fun, but still, if you have the chance to play 1.2 with friends, always go on 1.2.
And the reason that that the community is split like that is Steam did not have this game digitally available until 2019. So by that time, the official online servers were long gone. And we have not wanted to shut them down because the GOG people don't listen to us about what they could improve. But that's a story for another time. As you can see, oh boy. You know, I haven't actually had to do. There's actually a fun glitch with the Droideka AI. Oh my gosh, that guy just deleted me. There's a fun glitch with the Droideka AI that we'll probably have to exploit here in a second. You'll notice I may get right up next to a Droideka, and that's usually to save my skin. When you're right next to the Droideka, the AI doesn't know how to hit you. It thinks it can't figure out where you are.
See, that's another glitch that I like to consider a feature, because I like to imagine that the guns just can't point inwards, so you're just stuck between them.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know how it is in Battlefront 2, but I use and abuse it because, I mean, the Droidekas are so overpowered.
Yeah,
yeah,
BF2, they got a hard nerf.
Droidekas are properly scary in this game. Kind of like they are in the films.
Which, yeah, exactly, which is how they should be. I agree.
Battlefront secured. Choose a planetary.
We're gonna get rid of orbital sensors again.
Jedi hero.
We got orbital
sensors.
sensor. Yeah, we I try to notice whatever bonuses they use, and they used orbital sensors on Mos Eisley. The other bonuses just like don't do enough.
Orbital sensors basically knocks out your radar.
It cripples you, really.
Yeah, every runner
You don't
really does.
You don't realize how much you rely on the radar until you get hit with orbital sensors. Like, you can't even tell where your teammates are. This map is fun as Republic. I think I was maybe a little bit slow. Oh, no. We got it.
This map, we have a strategy. It's one of my personal favorite maps, but our strategy is we hop in the tank, make sure now that we clear out the general area. We like to push the AAT back, as you've seen.
You shove the AAT into the wall because there's a mechanic. If it's too close to a wall, the AI can't get into it. Why? I don't know. It comes
I never
up.
knew that was the reason. Actually,
it comes up much. It's actually a barrier. Like, if it collides with a barrier, the AI just like can't get into it.
Really?
Sounds
Yeah.
like the kind of like fast and loose solution that a developer might have to come up with like a week before the game is due, with some weird bug with an AI getting into something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty annoying for I would imagine from a developer standpoint at least, because there are a couple maps where they just didn't notice. Like Theed is a big one, where the tank sits right next to one of those planning barriers, and then the AI just can never use it. Oh, dude, there's Mace. Hey, Mace.
You'll see Phantom do this, but he's going to get the other AT. He did it with the first AT, blocking off one of the walkways so that all the AI gets stuck there. And that's usually a free win for the map, because if the Droidicas go through the middle ice cave, you pretty much lost that command post, and the map.
I'm actually gonna save this dude first. Okay. A Droidica got away and got up there, so we're gonna block this stairway off. I mean, you can block off. There's 3 stairways and 2 tanks. It's like, pick your poison. But that first stairway is much better.
I definitely remember playing this map and just the ice caves being blocked by Droidicas and just being impossible to win by captures.
Yeah, if the CIS captures it, you're almost never going to cap it back. Actually, I think I came up with this strat personally. We do a lot of theory crafting for this game. And it's kind of surprising, because you're just like, oh, well, don't you just win? There's a lot of different ways to win.
I was gonna bring that up. From an insider looking in, this game looks very simple to run, but when you really get into it, there is a lot of different strategies, and you can see it in our Discord server. We've came up with a ton of strategies, especially one of my favorite maps, Moss, for the Dark Troopers. We've been theorizing how to knock that time a little bit lower for a while now. Never really put into action yet, but yeah, we theorycraft a lot, and a lot of plans get scrapped because you need to be too lucky for them. But when they do make it through, they're usually pretty helpful, and we utilize it a lot more.
Oh yeah, as somebody who still actively theory crafts a Star Wars game from 2003, I can absolutely believe there's still plenty to be thought of and discovered for this game.
Oh yeah.
Activate the planet Jedi Hero.
Now I'm just going to wipe them of their bonuses. This is the one GC where we don't destroy Kashyyyk and we destroy Yavin. For a while we've destroyed Bespin, and honestly, I can't tell you which one's better or worse. I just don't feel like running Temple, personally. Temple as Republic is kind of miserable. Oh, I should have used a Jet Trooper. Oh well.
Master Windu has entered the battlefield.
Oops.
It's okay. As far as picking a class goes, like, I could have picked worse.
Another fun note, both the Jet Trooper and the Dark Trooper don't take fall damage in this game, which is fun. So as a kid, I always used to love getting up in the ships and jumping out from like really high up just to do stupid stuff like that.
Another mechanic that you not mechanic, but glitch you may not know about is if you jump from a far fall on top of an enemy's head or another player's head, you won't take any fall damage. It's rare. It rarely does happen, but only real time you'd use that is on Best in Cloud City, and that's very specific situation. But it's another bug that you'll come across about one time in your whole Battlefront career.
That was very rude of you, Phantom, destroying a ship like that.
Ah! Did somebody did he even? Oh, okay, he did drop somebody off. Okay. Okay, we gotta go save the extractor now. It actually looks like they're holding up better than I thought they would, but there's probably a deco right at the edge of the capture. Yep. Called it. Oh, but Mace is there. That's okay. Now we could be a jet trooper and... I don't know if... Uh-oh. We gotta save these CPs anyway. A lot of times, if you just get close enough, the enemy AI will just bail out and just get back in their plane and run away.
Yeah, that's a big thing in this game. The AI are very undecisive.
No, pilot! I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you. Okay, I saved him. Okay. Let's not get hit by the Droideka, and let's go. Oh, they're gonna cap it again.
Yeah, this map can spiral out of control very fast, but from the looks of it, it's not been going the worst. We've seen worse many times.
Nope, that's not enough. Okay, well, let's do some cleanup here and make sure we don't lose any more CPs then. Oh, that's not good. That was kind of a bad spawn. Oh, at least I hit it. Okay. Oh my gosh.
The double deca.
Run! Okay. There you go. We talked about rolling earlier. Rolling is OP.
Rolling in this game is different than in BF2, and the fact that you basically hit jump and left to roll in this game instead of the crouch and move that you do in
Yeah, it's
BF2.
kind of quirky.
You can't front roll, which is something you might notice.
Well,
You can do in BF2.
you can't, but you can effectively front roll.
Yeah, you kind of can.
Yeah, so since this game has a dodge roll, would you say it's a Souls-like?
Exactly.
Souls-like.
That would be.
I've never heard Battlefront be described as Souls-like before, so that's a first.
I don't know. It kind of feels like Dark Souls when I'm fighting, when I'm staring down this Droideka. Here you go. See, he's so confused. Okay, there's 11 left. We'll take good old sniper.
I suppose now I'm actually supposed to say it's Elden Ring-like, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
New
it
big
now.
game.
Oh, okay. I hit somebody with a mine. Looks like everybody's on this side now. I might be able to do this. It's always a fun chance to show this off. Might not get there fast enough. Oh, come on! Yeah, he's dead. You don't get to see the orbital strike too often in runs. I like to show off all the mechanics.
I wish it was utilized more. I wish we found more ways to utilize it. I hope we do in the future. I think it's a very fun mechanic.
I guess it's been so long since I've seen any percent of bonuses. I didn't realize that when you shot the guided rocket, it counted as you crossing a certain checkpoint.
Yeah, I love BF2 runs. I think mechanics like that are super interesting and how they figure it out.
Yeah, the remote rocket trigger stuff is really fascinating, and of course there isn't a whole lot of trigger area type stuff in this first game. It's mostly just kill the other team, even in the campaign.
Exactly. Yeah, that was literally the worst spawn you can get on this map.
You want to be very fast on this map to get there before the deacons do, because the center is hard to cap.
It looks like our buddy got there first, but there's a Deka there about to gun him down.
The good thing about the center, though, is that it's hard to lose once you do have it because of the turrets.
And also a bunch of Gungans spawn there almost right away. Or they should.
Gungans are the only friendly that I know of that can actually team kill you. You cannot be team killed in this game.
Oh, you can be team killed by Wookiees too.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Wookiees and Gungans are the only things that can team kill you in this game.
So even if you have friendly fire on and somebody throws a grenade next to you, like...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're not technically on the same team. The team check is very, like, rudimentary. To give you another example where the team check is actually an issue. So, the sabotage bonus, you may be wondering why I like, don't touch it except for that one map. For some unknown reason, those neutral vehicles, and if you have friendly fire on, sabotage doesn't work. Like, somehow that team damage code must be tied to vehicle damage too, at least for sabotage, which is really disappointing. Come on. I want the stat. Oh, dude. Oh, well, it looks like I'm not getting the stat. So, Lane and Skinny, what's your favorite faction in this game?
I'll let Lane go first. See if we have the same one.
Favorite faction in this game?
Yeah.
Probably CIS. I had too much fun with that as a kid. It's gotta be CIS.
I'll have to agree there. For casually, if I'm speedrunning, it's a different story. It's all Empire all day, but yeah, casually playing CIS is super fun to play as. It's some of the most fun vehicles and units.
Oh, I didn't grab a jet trooper. That's okay. This is probably more worth it. I don't really need a jet trooper.
What's your favorite faction, Phantom?
Empire, all around.
Sweet. Yeah, dark side is
But
always
you
more
know
fun to
what?
play.
CIS is up there. They're pretty good. They're overpowered in a fun way. But
I feel like we can
go ahead.
we can all agree that Rebels is the worst, right?
Oh,
Oh,
my
dude.
god, yes.
We used to
Please
make
say that, yeah.
we used to make fun of Rebels just because of how annoying they
Used
were.
to.
We still do. It used to be more. Dude, I would just complain every time I had to play Rebels.
No, I complain more about playing CIS for speedrunning. For speedrunning, it's a whole different story about the CIS. They are very, very unfun to play as. They just don't have really too many, fun maps to do. I don't know, they're just not fun factions to speedrun. I know some people might disagree with that, but I personally just don't like running. Especially Revenge of the Sith is probably my least favorite GC to speedrun.
The main, CIS counter example I can think of is CIS on Camino, where, especially if you're playing multiplayer and you'll roll in as Droidicas. That's good fun.
It is. Multiplayer is always fun.
Dude,
Multiplayer in this game.
multiplayer with droidicas is super interesting because people just don't expect you to roll in with a droidica because they're just not mobile. But they're not mobile in a sense that you're not going to be moving side to side or even forward and back when you're standing and have your shield up. But if you get that shield up and you have a clean shot, it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, when you're playing a Droidic online, the strategy I would use is sit behind a wall because, they can usually, circle around you and you can't really turn around fast enough. That's one of the Droidica's main weaknesses, at least online. Single player, it's a whole different story.
Alright, well, we've covered a lot of Battlefront topics. So, Phantom, what's the story behind your username?
Honestly, there isn't much of one, other than the numbers behind it. So for a long time, my my handle online has been Dark Phantom for as long as I can remember.
Battlefront has
I was playing Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 when I was a kid,
Jedi Hero.
under parental or sibling supervision. We play it online, and it just kind of stuck. But over the years, I found that a lot of websites, like, either not that it was taken or they didn't like the underscore or something. Eventually, one day, I just like smashed down the buttons after I put Phantom in, and we got some random numbers, and that was that.
Master Windu has joined the battle.
Oh, I missed the jump. That was so bad. If you hit that jump right, it's pretty fun. It only saves like a second or two.
What's the story behind your name, Lane?
This is my actual name in real life. I'm actually Lane.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 4-letter name, and it's not taken very often online, so, you know, I can go by Lane. And
It's a cool name. I've never heard of that.
Lane used to have his full name, and then he was like, that's probably not a good idea.
So yeah, I had my full name, and I had like 3 Twitch viewers, so it was like not a big deal, but now it's not quite the case anymore. It's not too hard to figure out my full name. I mean, I think my YouTube channel still has it, so if you dig around.
Oh, wow, you're really just encouraging people to find your full name.
Honestly, Skinny, the fun thing is, like, if you know where to look, you can probably figure out my name pretty quickly. Like,
I think
once you get older, it's like it's gonna happen.
All right, and that means it's your turn, Skinny.
Around 2015, when I got an Xbox, I was trying to pick out my own name. Obviously, my name's Skinny, so not the hardest to put 2 and 2 together, but I was pretty unhealthy, underweight. But that changed, obviously. But yeah, I picked Super Skinny 3000 on Xbox, and I thought that was pretty funny. So I kind of just stuck with it. I shortened it down to Skinny, and yeah, that's a story. I just pretty unique. Not many players have it. I've once or twice thought about changing it, but no, I stuck with it. And that's the story of our names, I guess.
That mass spawn. That's so demoralizing. It's like you have all the CPs, all they have to do is not have one AI cap it, and he does it. There was one dude down here that my AI didn't kill. Oh, wow. Well then. I'm not hitting the correct trooper here. And there's a droidica right there. Oh! Okay.
This was a little hairy.
Yeah, and there's still a droidica down there, but it looks like Mace is gonna take him out, so I think we're safe for now. Oh, there's one dude other than the droidica. Okay.
Yeah, hiding in that corner is a big part that we do, because when you hide from the turret as well, the turret is, if there's someone in it, you pretty much can't go anywhere else, or you're gonna get fried.
Yeah, and the only AI spawn is right there, so... The only AI spawn where they can see you is right there, so most of the time it's easy to hide there. There's a lot of, like, just niche places in this game where you'll notice we cap stuff, just because it's flat out easier than anything else.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, I always like watching the speedruns for this, because it's really obvious you guys have kind of found out all the different little spots. It's just like, yeah, this is the little corner you huddle in next to this staircase, or this one CP on Renvar, or things like that, you know?
Yep. It's really fun. I've had situations, apparently a lot of people don't have this happen to them, but I have at least one clip, if not 2 on my channel, where Gavin Arena, which we'll see later, just goes horribly wrong. When I go cap the back CP, and it's just a mess if you don't get to that spot quick enough without anybody seeing you. I'll show you guys later. Oh, this is kind of fun. I don't do this very often, but you can actually take these guys and you can drag them along here.
Oh yeah,
it's not as safe because they might die, but at the same time, like, oh look, I killed a droid.
Usually one rocket can take them all out, but
yeah,
it seems he got lucky here.
We actually got really lucky, and most of them stayed with me.
Yeah, I've seen that strat in BF2 before. One of the versions of the Kashyyyk strat, you move clones around like that. But I don't think it's used very often. But
I thought it was the main one from what I remember, but they've been changing their strategies very frequently. So that game's still evolving.
I haven't watched a lot of BF2 in a while. Like I think last time I was really watching regularly was when Lacko was still regularly streaming.
Lacko, wow.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
This is a bad CP to have a bunch of spawns at, because there's just no cover at all. It doesn't matter how bad the AI is, it can go sour pretty quickly. Looks like my AI decided that they really didn't want to cap this CP. I'm not sure what I want to do about that, but it looks like we've got 2 tanks over there.
When you're in these big wide open CPs, when you go cap something like the Rotunda, I bring it up a lot, but yeah, situational awareness is very key, because you need to look out for those health drops and ammo drops very frequently.
So that is the problem with some of these jumps. You saw what happened there. Like, I actually had a nice jump set up, but the ceiling, I hit the ceiling, and that causes you to go down very quickly.
There's a reason for that ceiling. Players would be flying out of bounds all day.
Oh yeah, I would.
In this game, like anytime you get blown up by anything, you just kind of get pinballed around. I feel like there's a lot of, honestly, I think it'd be funny to have like, skater style videos where you try and pull off really stupid nade jumps.
Dude, I would do that. I do that on I try to do that casually. Like, it's just fun to hit some crazy nade jump, and that's what I was actually practicing before we went live. Was, even though we aren't going to odds are we may not go to Kashyyyk, like, there on docks, there are some fun nade jumps as Empire. It's one of only 2 maps that you can use the jet nade effectively, because of the ceiling.
You gotta have to make like a nice montage of some 2010 era dubstep blasting in the background of a bunch of quick edits and cuts and effects on
Yes. That would be great.
You can still find them on YouTube. There are a lot of glitching YouTube videos. A well-known player in the Battlefront 2004 and 2005 community, very old and OG YouTuber, Gamertag Towley. You may have heard that name before. He has some very popular YouTube videos that are kind of in Battlefront history now. Everyone knows him.
You'll notice a lot of the strats that I use as Republic are going to be used as Empire as well. They're just not as efficient with Republic, because you just can't move as fast without the Dark Trooper. This map, you're going to see this strat again as Empire. But you'll notice I just can't go that fast. And we might get over here in time, but it might not matter. Yeah.
That's why when you run Republic, some choose to go on 1.0, because like he said, you don't move as fast and you want all that extra jet fuel that you can get.
Our reinforcements are being depleted.
Now what he's doing here is kind of throwing nades by stairs so the AI gets scared off and don't run up, and that'll basically give his teammates enough time to run up and capture some of the CPs, and then eventually he'll be able to move up and go down below and capture the courtyard.
I probably did not need to capture the terrace, but the terrace is one CP that if you lose it, like, this is where the AI are going. If you lose it, it's not fun.
Yeah, they spread out
a lot. The safe strat is just to take it and move on with your life. We got a couple of Dekas here. I'm not going to lose the watch today.
You gotta play very safe on Republic, because these Dekas can really ruin your day.
I'll show this spot. We probably won't use this spot as Empire. We could play a little bit more risky, but you can sit right here on the stairs, and most of the AI aren't going to see you unless they already saw you.
There's 2 places you can usually hide, quote unquote.
The other spot is right here. which doesn't seem like very much of a hiding spot, but it's actually super effective. It was super effective.
That's because
I just kind of move side to side, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're just gonna walk away from you."
You forgot to mention there's the health droid can actually get you through that wall. That's why
Oh,
I
yeah.
personally get that.
Yeah, that health droid right there can heal through that wall.
We've captured a command post.
Sometimes you gotta cap the watch. It's not that big of a deal.
So do we have any theories on what the mystery game might be?
Yes, actually, Star Wars Demolition, that's one I actually used to play. It was a terrible game, but, you know, when you're a kid, everything's awesome. That game went hard.
Dude, I had a conversation with BMAC, and I had an idea of what it could be, but honestly, I voted for Masters of Terrascasi because I thought it would be hysterical.
Choose a planetary bonus to
Is that a real game?
reinforcements.
Yeah!
Jedi hero.
Oh, it's a PS1
Yeah.
era game. It's like a fighter.
I remember Jack of Hearts used to run that. There's another runner around here.
But I had a list
that
of
was
other
an inside
games
joke.
pulled up. Options are Star Wars Angry Birds.
You know, I used to collect those little minifigures
Here,
for Star Wars.
this
Angry
is
Birds.
this is a crazy tech that I need to focus for a second. Okay, I hit it. I did not do well, but it was good enough.
I'll try and explain that.
Yeah, I changed my
so-
sensitivity to try to hit it a little bit better, and it just failed.
So usually that what we call that is a strafe. Higher frame rates. Higher frame rates. You can get a very fast strafe by holding down A or D and then moving your mouse to the right or left, depending on the direction you want to go. It builds up a ton of momentum, and you can go super fast. And what he did right there is land on the Spider Walker to immediately destroy the Techno Union ships. On console, what you would usually do is it's just with the LAT just destroy the Techno Union ships normally, but on PC we don't do as much damage, and that's what you saw right there. Usually it can be a bit faster, but as you've seen, Phantom is on new sensitivity because, you know, that you need to have a pretty big mouse pad to pull it off.
Yeah,
But
and my mouse is in a very small space next to my keyboard, and so I have pulled it off. It's much less consistent for me than it is for the other runners, but overall, as long as you get to the spider, it doesn't matter much. Before the AI get in it, which is why I blasted that droid before I jumped out.
yeah,
It
it's
normally
very
looks a
impressive.
lot cooler.
It's very impressive to watch.
So how does this spider droid strat measure up to the LAAT strat for this map?
Well, on PC, it doesn't, because, like Skinny was saying, for some unknown reason, the LAAT is way overtuned on console. The old LAAT strat for PC was reasonable if you only destroyed 2 and put your life in the hands of your fellow AAT, or the ATTEs.
Their reinforcements have been cut off.
But overall, it was largely inconsistent and generally slow. This is much faster, and in fact, the IL record on this map is under 3 minutes using this strat. Am I going to get under 3 minutes? No way.
On PC, getting under even 4 minutes is incredible. But I personally find it a lot more fun to watch strafe and then hop out immediately. It's very, very fun, and it shows more of the tech that we have in this game. We don't have as much tech, but
Separatist forces
what we
have
do
lost
have is
the
pretty
line.
impressive, and it's fun to watch.
Hold your position. Hold up.
I don't know what that Deke is doing, but I would just prefer it if he just waited there. I hope that dude can take out all those Geos. Geos are not, they're not scary at all. They're more of just a nuisance. They will take back the Spire. Okay. Dude, this might be one of the cleanest Geos I've had in a while.
Something I'll bring up that Battlefront 2 doesn't actually have is commands. We have different commands to tell our AI units what to do. The follow me command, very simple. Your AI will start following you. We like to spam that to get some more AI on the command post with us and help us cap it. The hold here hold position is obviously stops your AI units from moving, and we use that, you know, if we want our AIs to defend a place or cap a CP, like just stay on the CP and cap it. Make sure it caps for us, because sometimes the AI run off, so we have to tell them to, hey, stay here for a bit.
Dude, how did I not lose that?
At ease cancels any previous command that you've done, and the move out cancels any other previous command you've done. They're pretty much the same thing. There is an explanation for the difference, but there really isn't any difference of them, and very nicely done, GC, as you've just seen.
CIS time. Also, is Battlefront 2 seriously not have squad commands? This must just be a Mandela effect thing.
Yes.
Thing.
They do. They do, but they are like very annoying to use in my experience.
They're very watered down. If you aim your crosshair at one of your friendly teammates, you can press F4 or I don't know what button it is on console, and you can tell them to follow me. You can't like call them all in a squad. You have to pick out the units one by one. But basically, you tell them to follow me or split off. Those are only 2 commands that you have. We get a few more commands. But the higher the rank you are, the higher the rank you are in your stats, I'm not 100% sure how it works. It has been a while. But the higher rank you are, the more AI will follow you. So if you just started a new account, only 1 AI will follow you, and as you rank up, more AI will follow you.
Fascinating.
I did not know that part.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of BF2.
Does this look familiar yet? You're gonna start seeing a lot of the same strats come back to haunt you. Actually, Mos Eisley is different for CIS, because we actually start with a tank. Okay, where's this dude? This dude can wipe me out. This is 15 years of muscle memory to use this thing. I don't know if you've ever used this radiation launcher. It is not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, when you play a lot, you get used to it, and it's very deadly, but it is hard to use if you're new and you don't know the pattern. You can actually charge it up, and it will not explode instantaneously. It will roll a bit, it'll go a much farther distance, but we usually never use it because the grenade needs to be pretty much touching the enemy to kill them, so we never use it, but it's kind of scare them off. We'll once in a while do it, but that's very rare.
If it seems kind of strange that the homestead is that close to the Starlight Pit, it's likely because this map was supposed to be much bigger. I remember watching some of Phantom's videos on it. It's really wild, the like beta map for this.
It is huge.
Yeah, most of the maps were going to be huge. Phantom can explain it a lot better than I can. He's a much more professional Battlefront historian, but they definitely went for more of a Battlefield 1942 feel with the bigger maps, more vehicle-orientated, but obviously that's not very viable for a PlayStation 2 to run a massive map with a lot of vehicles and players, and if it had a higher player count, I think it could work, but the PS2 simply couldn't handle all that AI. So they did cut it down quite a bit, which I would have preferred bigger maps, but yeah, you know, it's an old game. What can you expect? You know, they have to cut corners.
Yeah, on my YouTube channel is where I do a lot of my modding stuff, and there was a build that came out a while back, and about that had a bunch of these maps in beta. This map was pretty much the same, but there were other ones that were just like, Thebe was completely different. People wanted that Thebe build for years, and we just never had it. And finally, we have all of them. All of the ones, at least from the major ones we were looking for. Because you could see them in the flyby screens when you're on instant action. That's one of the cool things, as opposed to Battlefront 2. Each of the maps has their own little video to go with them in Battlefront 1. But, you'll notice that some of them just don't quite line up.
Yes. The mystery for a long time, from what I've been told, was that command post, the CIS command post symbol, was their faction symbol was not actually the CIS faction. It was the Hut Cartel's faction.
Yep.
Assuming that was probably a placeholder, but eventually it was changed, and the mystery was solved. Still, we know a lot about the history of this game, but we don't have all the builds yet. We don't have many of the builds yet, so maybe one day we'll find more of them. But until then, this is the best we got, and we do have quite a bit.
I don't quite know what happened at the market. We're actually on a one-way trip to losing the market. Okay, somebody must have stepped up their game.
Usually, in the market, the AI will hop in turrets and defend it very well.
Yeah, the market's actually pretty hard to capture if you're an AI. Oh. That wasn't my intention. And I'm actually just going to leave this tank here, because it actually does a really good job of blocking that off. I've done this 2 different ways. If I see an AI... Oh my gosh, pilots. Republic pilots are so bad.
Yeah, they are a very annoying class. They always hit you. They very rarely miss. Usually on easy they actually will miss, but on anything higher than easy they completely destroy you, and that's why you see yellow, you instantly shoot, just trying to kill it. They're a pretty big meme in our community.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw a very satisfying multi-kill there. They all like to bunch up, and that's the map.
Awesome.
Yeah, I find the radiation launcher one of the most satisfying guns to use in this game.
I never used it much casually. I mean, of course, you played a lot more casual BF1 than I did, but... So perhaps I just never discovered it and never got indoctrinated.
The more, I find, you wouldn't really think of it, but yeah, when you speedrun, you usually play the game a lot more casually, sometimes, in your off time.
A lot of it is just, you want to see... I personally want to see how the AI react, or different things that could happen in a speedrun, and sometimes you can't see some of that till you go casually. Like, I've never seen that before. Well, I've seen this casually once or twice. So I know to look for it then. Like, AI backcapping you or something like that.
I'd say, like, 97% of the time, like, my time spent playing this game has been on PS2. I've only played a little bit of PC. So, like, a lot of the quirks that I'm used to are PS2 quirks for this game.
A lot of people got their start from PS2, me, Phantom, and a lot of others from the community.
Yeah, the PS2 seems like it was a lot more accessible to us when we were younger. Xbox, people on the Xbox too. But one thing we noticed is that the console versions of this game, though the maps are technically the same, some of them have different skies and just look better. It's a really weird phenomenon, and I'm gonna...
The aesthetic of the PS2 in general is very nice looking. It's obviously due to the lack of as many colors and the color depth, but it's a very nice looking game on the PS2.
The PS2, I've talked to a former developer of this game. The PS2, though it seems like it should have done a whole lot worse, it could do some cool things with lighting. And that just, it made this game pop a little bit differently than the other versions. And PC and Xbox versions are pretty much the same.
I gotta head out. I'm gonna go eat and watch a movie, with family. So, thank you so much for having me on. But I sadly have to go halfway through. Thank you so much again for having me on. Good luck in your run, Phantom.
Thanks, Skinny. Thanks for joining us, giving us some commentary.
Yep. Thank you again, Lane, for having me on, and good luck on all the runs today, boys.
Thanks.
Right,
Couch commentary, leaving halfway through, shaking my head.
Sorry. Yeah, we have to go finish the Batman movie, so...
What?
Alright.
That's more important than watching all the Galactic Conquests?
Yeah. Hey. Have a good one, boys.
You too. Oh my gosh, look at these CPs.
Oof.
This is like worst case scenario. They have a CP on both sides.
I remember on PS2, like, there would always be a one AI from the other team would always get stuck behind one of these ramps on this platform here.
Oh, yep, that, once in a while it happens on PC, but yeah, on PS2 it was pretty common.
It was like every single time. Usually it'd be the last person left, you know, like killing all the other team.
Oh, there's the turret I was worried about. I don't even know what's going on here now. We're just losing CPs and gaining CPs and...
Well, to the uninitiated, that's what a lot of this run looks like, but...
Well, usually it's a little bit more controlled chaos. This is not controlled, this is just how it's going. There we go. Guess we're using the MAF.
Yeah.
This thing's so
God.
slow.
I thought that fighter was about to land on you.
Dude, that would have been tragic, because then we would have just gotten caught in this loop of each side fighting over each other. Okay. That was really bad. Oh, nope, there's someone still in that turret, too. That, my friends, is why we don't use that fighter. Okay, I'm gonna break it out.
Here we go.
We'll actually see this on CC. So, Cloud City. If I use more acronyms or anything like that, call me out.
Of course, of course.
Oh, dude, we lost another one? oh no! Oh no! My greatest weakness! Stairs! Okay. Going into first person is also much easier to aim this. Okay, there's no point for me to stay here because there's only 9 people left. Oh, phew, I made it that time.
Yeah, Jordy cows, much like your room does, cannot go upstairs, unfortunately.
Oh, I got lucky there. You can get caught on almost any one of these stairs. There's a dude up here that was in the turret. We're gonna have to go take him out. Oh. Okay, they dealt with him. I see... Okay. I was like, I see very little point to respawn, because your AI will probably just gonna take you out, too.
We are victorious.
Nice, there we go.
Choose Jedi hero.
Yeah, the thing about CC, though, is that CC doesn't have stairs, per se. It has ramps.
Yeah. CC is wheelchair accessible, whereas Platy's not so much.
Exactly. Current poll best Battlefront game. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see how that one goes. Here we go. Okay.
Wait,
And
is
here's
Battlefront
what's-
1 not... Battlefront 1 isn't listed on this poll.
What?
Yeah, they have Battlefront 2, 2005, Battlefront EA, Battlefront 2 EA, Renegade Squadron, and Elite
Renegade Squadron, what?
Oh no. Man, BMAC chose violence.
Oh. I didn't really have to stop, but I also didn't want to die, and I also can't do the fun strat here because I need health. Normally you don't lose that much health. Oh, dude. He blew up my droid. Okay, well, he dropped a health pack as penance.
Yeah. Just trying to take out all the clankers, good or bad.
This is a nice comfy little spot where the people who spawn in can't see you unless they've already seen you. I think there's a dude hiding back
Renegade
here.
Squadron won the poll.
Renegade Squadron? Oh my gosh.
I never played either of the PSP titles.
I, for a very short time, owned a PSP. And that was one of the few games I actually played on it. Elite Squadron, I only played one time before this past year. And that was because a friend had it. By that time, I had already given up my PSP. Because I really didn't play it often enough to justify having it.
Might have to load up emulator at some point.
Yeah, the emulators for it are really good now. I actually have a PS Vita. Isn't Elite a DS game? Yeah. One version of it is on DS. There's a version of it on the PSP. The DS version I've heard is really bad. I've never played the DS version. It was basic. So, most people call it this. Elite Squadron is basically a trimmed down, poor representation of Battlefront 3.
We are victorious. Secure the bonus to Jedi Hero.
We're gonna go ahead and do Temple. Temple has gotten a whole lot better over the last with theory crafting over the last year.
I wonder what's the deal with so many like very like popular cult games and like game developers struggling at counting the 3. Like we don't have KOTOR 3, no Battlefront 3, no Half-Life 3, no Portal 3.
Yeah, it's such a weird phenomenon. Like, movies, too, like, a lot of them are like, well, the third entry's the worst one.
Yeah, of course, the prequels are the exact opposite of that. The third entry's
yeah. Oh. Pew!
Even with the KOTOR remakes happening, people are still like, KOTOR 3 or bust, which honestly, I think there's no way that's gonna happen.
No, I think that they've already, like, they're dead set on the Old Republic being KOTOR 3.
Yeah.
I want to kill him so that he doesn't, recap the CP. Yeah, this map's gotten a lot better over the last year. It's become much more consistent, in my opinion. As long... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I think we got a DK in here now? Maybe not. Okay. Does anybody know where I left my stab? Oh, there it is.
Where did you park it?
Where did I park my stab? Okay. We should be set. This is a fun little thing that just satisfies me. I'm gonna bank off here, right there. You can't do that in a speeder bike. Just park right next to the door.
Extreme sports.
Oh, dude. I lost that CP last time I did this. And it didn't look like I should have lost it. That's okay, it's a pretty easy cap. I'm trying to make sure I cap this first. It's also very easy for them to just walk away, like you can see. Like, you can tell on the minimap that it's not blinking anymore. Oh, there we go. He walked back up the stairs after I said it.
And then pressed the saw turret, and he's like, oh wait.
So, oh wait, I gotta get in this tower turret that's totally useless. Oh, there's a dude. On the bright side, this CP is really easy to capture. Nobody actually spawns up top. The only thing you gotta worry about is that tower turret right there has killed some great runs. So I kind of try to keep this pillar here in between me and that turret. Yeah, like that.
Well, since you always spawn up top, you always have the high ground. So I mean, you can't be defeated.
Exactly. Oh, I ran out of ammo. Usually that's not a problem.
Battlefront secured. Yahoo. Choose a planetary bonus.
I really need to run just a
Jedi
couple
Hero.
categories for this game so that my name can have a pretty color in y'all's Discord.
Yay! do some ILs. Like, ILs, I personally am not a big fan of ILs, but they have a pretty good following.
Yeah, that's the primary motivation. I just want to feel like I'm a part of the crowd.
Also, once you start going down the IL route, there started a conversation whenever 2005 was playing. We can't RNG manip in longer categories. I mean, you could, but the time it takes to restart the game is totally not worth it. But in the ILs, you'll see some crazy times in ILs. A lot of it's due to RNG manip. Just knowing how many AI are going to spawn somewhere is huge. And I apparently did not cover the center. I'm a bad speedrunner. Oh, where's the other guy? Oh, there he is. Oh. It's okay. Tank smash. It's okay, we got Dooku here. We really gotta watch out for Gungans. Gungans, I think, only spawn at the center. So, if we cap the center, we shouldn't have to worry about him anymore.
Alright, since it looks like they're talking about it in chat, what's your opinion on combat style for a possible KOTOR remake?
Oh my gosh, I've been tossing this back and forth in my mind. It's like, it's not 2003 anymore. But the real-time combat in KOTOR was one of the things that kind of, well, and the whole D&D system was one of the things that made it KOTOR. I mean,
right. See,
it's hard to imagine it without it, but at the same time, it's like, could we do better? Is there a way we could have some hybrid? Oh, no, come back here. Come back here. What are you doing? Oh, AI.
But I get the feeling that there's no way it'll be turn-based combat, even though I absolutely would love it if it was. Honestly, I think our best case scenario is like something similar to like what Fallen Order got. We're kind of like this Souls-like Witcher sort of light combat. You know. Honestly, just The Witcher 3's combat system, but a KOTOR game would be really cool.
I think it would be too. I just, yeah, I think it's going to be really hard to convince it. I think the biggest part is going to be user adoption, because let's admit it, the turn-based KOTOR system was not, it's not intro-level friendly, although they did a really good job of making it so that, you know, you could get into it. But overall, the deeper you get into it, the more complicated it gets.
I mean, it's kind of funny, like, as much as I love the turn-based combat, like, as a speedrunner, we kind of forego all of it. We disable all the auto-pausing, and we just run and gun the game, even though that's absolutely not how it's intended to be played.
Exactly.
We make our turns real-time.
We are victorious. Choose Yahoo. Select a
Well, to be honest, I haven't finished up my playthrough yet, but that's kind of how I've been doing it. Like, that's the way I've always done it. Like, so if you went with a pure turn-based, the game would be so much harder. Especially in certain spots, like the Torrent attacks on Korriban.
Right, or like, yeah, if you had like combat that was more like, you know, a Chrono Trigger or like a Final Fantasy style combat, that would definitely be a lot.
Right. I mean, we've all seen this strat before. You don't need to watch me. I'm gonna do the same thing I did as Rebels, and hopefully have a little bit more success.
So, alright, Phantom, here's a question for you. With the benefit of hindsight, what is your ultimate take on the Battlefront remakes?
With the benefit of hindsight, I still have a pretty negative opinion of 2015. It looked gorgeous, but at the same time, it was just like, there was no substance behind it at all. it was pretty disappointing. I know that others in the Battlefront Speedrunners Discord would disagree with me, but I honestly thought it was pretty weak as far as content goes. 2017 really turned around. Now, would I say pay any more than $5 for it now? No, find it on sale. But if you do, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at what you see. Especially with May the 4th right here. This is the time to get all your Star Wars deals.
That is true. Honestly, I miss the days when you could buy a bunch of extra Steam keys and distribute them out as gifts later on.
Dude, I had a friend that would do that, and he's just found it harder and harder over the years to make that happen. And we're gonna take a detour because I'm losing the CP again.
We've lost the command post.
There's like 8 people here.
Have captured a command post.
Probably gonna die. Wow! That jet trooper behind me did a ton of damage.
Captured a command
Dude, I don't even know. Okay, we're gonna take this tank. This tank that nobody ever takes because it is too close to the wall. It's hysterical.
Like, how far out would they have to move it for AI to start using it?
Probably like 6 inches. 6 inches
Awesome.
in game. It's not very far. In the campaign mode, you face the Royal Guards here as the CIS. The Royal Guard vehicle does not have that problem. Even though the node where it spawns from is in the same spot, it just kind of sits there. Just the way it sits, it's just far enough away that it works.
So we have a question from chat. In this game from Speedrun, how useful are the heroes, the hero bonus?
Overall, like, is it gonna make or break this whole category? Probably not. As far as convenience, it really does make it easier on certain maps. A lot of that is based on how big the map is. For a map like this, you may not see as much of an advantage from having a hero. There's just a lot of open ground to cover, and the AI are a little bit shifty in that they try to get away if the hero is there. But overall, like, especially when they're tightly clumped together in some of these maps, the Jedi hero is amazing. And overall, like, I have went ahead and I've used back-to-tanks. If back-to-tanks healed just a little bit faster, I really think it would be used. It just heals way too slow. But I would say the heroes legitimately do help. Like, I don't have to worry about that CP, because Count Dooku went and helped the AI get through it. As opposed to maybe if this was an IL run, I would have to think about that CP constantly. Or in campaign. Campaign is mostly when I would do this. I would have to think about that CP constantly. But are they game-breaking? Not really. A good example is Geonosis. Geonosis stuff is so far apart, you're almost better off just taking something like orbital sensors, just so you know where all the AI are. Unless you have the orbital sensors glitch like I do. And elite training irritates me to no end. There's no way to quantify it. I have literally asked for the source code in that area, and I haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, what's
if I ever get it, I'll let you know. What's it supposed to do? Make your AI more advanced, or make your AI more deadly, or something like that. I'm hoping it makes them more accurate or something, but in all honesty, you can't tell.
Interesting.
That's what it's supposed to do. And sabotage would be more useful if it weren't more useful to have friendly fire. What I used to do when we initially started running all conquests was I would actually structure my conquests and turn off friendly fire halfway, or turn yeah, turn off friendly fire halfway through. Just because it was a little bit better in some areas, but then with some of the map layouts, it was like it didn't matter anyway because some of them sit right next to the health droids. Oh, yeah, don't leave without capping CPs. That's a bad idea. Okay, oh, nice. Sometimes, in very rare occasions, your AI will go ahead and cap this. But in this case, they aren't going to. So I have to do it. Don't need that anyway, because I'm a Dika. Look at that, guys. Good one. Yeah, it's supposed to improve accuracy, but in all honesty, when you're a speedrunner, you really don't see it. But, like, at least with the other ones, like, I would take Back to Tank Server any day, even though it's super slow. It's just, you can actually tell what's going on, and that's part of the satisfying part with the elite training. It's just like, I can't even tell that my AI is better. I still run them over. Or if the enemy takes it, like, I still run them over. Okay. Now, the real question is, do I YOLO this? Or do I just do it?
Camino. The best, man.
I'm just gonna YOLO it. There's a fun strat here. We named it after a former member who drops in sometimes, called Triple Proxy. We call it Proxy Strat, and what we're going to do is we're literally just going to run head first for the cloning facility and capture it. This could go horribly wrong. It did the last time I did this in practice, but it looks like it could go okay here. It looks like there's only 2 guys this way. That's actually really good. Oh, dude. That dude was gunning for me. Looking okay. It doesn't look like we're gonna get the ideal proxy strat here. Which would be, I get this CP, my AI gets all the command posts, and we live happily ever after. It looks like they're gonna get the bottom right CP. Whatever it's called. Honestly, I have no clue which CP is which. Beta 1, Beta, I guess it's Beta 2 they captured. I don't even know which side the betas and alphas are on. This is one map where I literally don't care, in the words of a famous chess player, what the CP names are. They're all the same to me. Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Beta 1, Beta 2, Beta 3. And then we have the cloning center. And we're going to go this way, but I am going to take a bet that I'm just going to get gunned down by a turret. And we'll have to watch them bleed out. Oh, let's gun you down first. Oh, dude, this sucks. There we go. You have to aim really, really weird with the Droideka if people are really close to you.
Likely why the AI can't hit you if you're really close to them.
Yeah. Dude, we're gonna die. Oh, yep, there's the turret. So, now we just have to contain them. I'm gonna spawn down here first and lay a couple mines.
Like a small fire, you have to contain them until they burn themselves out.
Essentially. This is where bleed is super important in this game. Because your AI are not smart enough to keep spawning at these areas. They're going to spawn wherever they feel like it. At a place, whether or not it's under fire or not. Okay. Looking very good.
So, Phantom, you know, Camino has all these big old platforms and such, but there aren't any vehicles on this map. Why do you think that is?
I think the gameplay might have been too similar to Bespin platforms. I don't know, it's just a theory. The beta map actually does have all the planes, I keep calling them planes, the spaceships in them. Oh. Priority number 1, get in a turret. Priority number 2, take the CP. Oh, dude, no. I'll do it. Oh, I'm dead. Yep, pilot. Oh, on the bright side, that's okay. We're
Now
not.
they're a little more spread out.
They're a little bit more spread out, but the bleed is almost got them to the point where it doesn't matter anymore. I might be able to. This should be fun to watch. Oh, nope. He killed it just in time, I think. Yeah. Oh. See, that dude had me dead to rights and went straight for the turret. And they can't get in turrets now. Once again, they hit the magic number. The magic number of 25.
Oh, good. Dooku's here to save the day.
I don't know what I would have done without him. There's one dude left. Where is he? Okay, they got him. And that is the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Nice. We're on decent
One
pace.
left.
We are
We
victorious.
got 40 minutes for this last one.
Tatooine.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
Sabotage.
Dark Side Rising. So much fun here to use Dark Troopers and...
And use the Death Star to blow up some planets.
Yep. Okay. We're actually going to use the speeder bike here.
We've sabotaged their vehicle.
Because there's not that much danger of the rebels actually capturing the Sandcrawler. Like, it does happen, but not like the Droidica with when you're the Republic. And it's just a little bit faster to use the speeder bike, because Glenmore actually was like, oh, well, can't you just jump off there with the speeder bike and go straight there? I'm like, oh yeah, that is actually pretty fast.
Reinforcements are being depleted.
Looks like we could lose the cisterns, which may lead to our worst start yet. So far, we've gotten pretty great Dune C RNG, and it looks like actually the one dude that was capping it gave up.
Right, because the Tuscans start with the cisterns, right.
Yeah, and that's the unique part about this map is the three-way battle that takes place. It is really fascinating to see the battle itself drag out. Oh, they have Luke. Well then. Oh, that is the first time I've gotten killed for a while in that way.
It is an important reminder that the capture goal, it isn't for us to capture all the command posts, it's for them to no longer have any command posts, is the win condition. So
Exactly.
it's okay for the Tuscans to still have command
Being
posts.
depleted.
Yep, and the Tuscans actually on hard, there is a manip where the Tuscan Raiders capture the homestead, and all you have to do is just capture the bluff. It's pretty sweet to see what can happen and how low some of these times have gotten because of manip. Oh, no. Dude, these turrets are terrifying.
Our reinforcements have been cut off.
I don't know if I can get him out of there. If you throw it kind of behind it, you can sometimes... Yeah, just like that. You can knock the AI out of the turret. Oh, dude, no. Okay. Okay, this AT-ST is going to end up saving us.
Enemy forces
Alright,
have
Phantom,
captured
so
a
here's a
command.
hypothetical scenario for you.
Reinforcements are taking
Disney decides they want to make another Battlefront game, and they've made you the head decision maker for all the features and whatnot that's going to go into it. What all do you want to see? What's your wish list for a Battlefront game?
Whew. That's a loaded question.
Could be everything from what studio's developing it to what kind of changes or features you'd see.
Dude, honestly, one of the things that I was talking about recently that I think would be fun and make a lot of money, and this might not be a popular opinion, is somebody like Activision. They already have the bones with Call of Duty, and I know Call of Duty kind of gets a bad rap. Call of Duty has been super successful almost no matter what they put out. Do like a Battlefront as Warzone. And, I really think it would sell. As long as you have different planets, as long as you have, like, Rebels, Empire, or Clones, and CIS. I know that doesn't totally fit into a Warzone Battle Royale format. But I think they're really missing... they have Battlefront 2017 as a fast-paced shooter, but something where you're more put up against people v people, I guess, PvP. But honestly, I don't know. That would be the kind of Star Wars Battlefront game I want to see. And it's not... obviously, we have lots of planets we could choose from. I want to see them make new... explore places that are not as well explored. You gotta have the classics, but more maps... more well-thought-out maps, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, what I would give to play a Battlefront scenario on Umbara, oh my god.
Exactly. I think they really, especially with the Clone Wars, there's so much new content to pull from, especially, even since this game came out, or even since 2017 came out. There's just a lot of unused content they haven't tapped. I just don't understand why they haven't. The only Clone Wars games are either epic flops or they're Lego Star Wars.
True.
Rebels, even Rebels has a cult following. I really love...
I love Rebels. Rebels was good.
I love Rebels, too. Initially I thought it was really slow, and I was worried about, is this too much like a little kid's show? But honestly, they really stepped it up as the show went on.
Yeah, you power through if you power through that first season, Rebels gets real good. The thing is that what everybody thought Rebels was gonna be is what Resistance ended up being. The ongoing show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I watched 2 episodes of Resistance and was just like, this is exactly what everybody thought Rebels was gonna be.
Alright, B-Mac, I want to go that far. But it's definitely very, very good. But I wouldn't say it's the best complete Star Wars product.
We are victorious.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd go that far.
But basically, all the content that Dave Filoni has spearheaded has been really good.
Exactly. Oh, and now we have planets from The Mandalorian. Now, most of them are sandy and...
Yeah.
I think some people, especially, are done as sandy planets.
Oh, we're about to get more pretty soon, actually. Yeah, we're in May now.
Yep. Yeah, so I would say if you're making new content, let's just stay away from sandy planets for a little bit. Once in a while, I do a jet nade jump air, but it's just not worth it half the time.
So I guess that leads into a good question. Well, let's just start with film. What is the best Star Wars film, in your opinion?
I've really thought over the last couple years that I think Episode 5 is usually the consensus best one. But dude, Episode 3 is really close.
Yeah, I was going to give a very similar answer. Empire Strikes Back, I do think, objectively, best Star Wars film, but, Revenge of the Sith honestly has such an important place for me. And I think if just the dialogue wasn't so wooden, it would just be awesome. It'd be really good.
Dude, that was the problem with Episode 2. I think Episode 2... I went back... I watched them pretty frequently. My kids like watching them. you know, if I had to kind of rate them, 4, 5, and 6, I'll watch them all. 6 is obviously the weakest, but I actually have a soft spot for 6, even with Ewoks, even with the silliness. Like, I have a soft spot for it. But 4 and 5 are great, obviously. The prequels, I've actually grown much more attached to 1 over the years.
Really?
Yeah, episode 1, you know, it is a little bit slow. That's what it suffers from. That's probably its biggest weakness overall as a movie. It's just so slow. But I really like the story build-up it has there.
Oh, something interesting, fun tidbit that I didn't realize until recently. Disney Plus has all of the deleted scenes under the extras for the Star Wars films.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched them recently, but I did know they were there. It's
Yeah, episode 1 did age pretty well. The thing is, something that aged, not even aged, it's still stayed fresh for all of the Star Wars films. It's been the amazing soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not so much of a big fan of the sequel soundtrack though. It hasn't quite held up as well for me.
there's a couple. Snipers. Yep, snipers got me. Look at all the snipers. I do. There are a couple tracks from the sequels that I really still appreciate. March of the Resistance. Usually, whenever they pull in the original trilogy, it usually ended up pretty well.
Yeah, BMAC Rogue One is very good. Rogue One.
Oh yeah, Rogue One. I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking of the main 9 movies. But yeah, Rogue One. I love Rogue One. I think it's one of the best.
Because the first time I saw it, I was still in a very bitter mood from the sequels at the time, like the ongoing sequels. So I definitely don't think I gave it as good of a shot then, but I recently rewatched it, and it is really good. Also, there are so many Rebels references. I had no idea.
Exactly, yep.
You see, like, the ghost sitting in the background, you hear over the intercom, Hera Syndulla, please come to, the comms, things like that. You're like, oh.
Yep.
I did not like Solo. Solo was...
I actually, you know what? I thought... If you thought of it as a main Star Wars movie, it was a disappointment. If you thought of it as more of just a spin-off, like, oh, this is a cute story that we're just gonna explain this and keep it lighthearted, like, I thought it was a good movie. I definitely did not think that going for a second one was a good idea, if that was ever truly in their plans.
The thing is, the way they set it up, it almost seems like the second one would have been more interesting.
Victory is imminent.
Especially, more so if it weren't focused on Solo, because basically it looks like they were teasing a Maul film. Though it definitely looks like
We captured a command post.
Exactly, B-Mac. There were just too many things wrong with it. Like, I liked the characters. I kind of like what they were building up to. I didn't mind Ehrenreich so much. I knew they couldn't bring Harrison Ford back, but I thought he was good enough.
Oh yeah, deep fake Harrison Ford for the whole movie. I don't think that would have happened.
That would have been hysterical, actually. We're gonna get a temple.
Activate sabotage. Jedi hero.
Oh yeah, the Fallen Order game. Fallen Order had a great story.
Dude,
Like,
you know what? I played through Fallen Order for the first time completely within the last 6 months, maybe?
Mhm.
I was pretty impressed. I think the thing that held back the actual game for me was the combat.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of combat. It's definitely a lot of the times it's one of those games where it feels like you don't really have full control of your character.
Serum injection.
Like kind
Right.
of like you'll swing your saber and it'll go off in some direction you didn't quite expect. You know.
Right.
But yes, though story-wise, I really appreciated the story.
Yeah, the first time I actually picked it up, not shortly after it came out, but I just had trouble getting into it. And then my wife played it, and then she requested it on stream. I was like, okay, I will play through this game. And you know what? I really enjoyed it, and it's hard for me to just play a whole game recently.
We've captured a command post.
I do.
Reinforcements are being
I think the straight up combat is overrated.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
yeah.
yeah. I like my games to be painfully difficult. Like, I spent
didn't,
forever on stream trying to win the final battle, and we're on the easy. We weren't on the easiest difficulty, but it's like, am I gonna have to memorize every move this person has to make? Like, and people do it. People do it, and you know what? I applaud them because I can't.
Yeah, like for me, like I didn't pick up Fallen Order until last May, the May the 4th sale. It
Right.
was cheap, so I picked it up. And yeah, and I liked it. I really did like the story a whole lot. Like I say, the kind of gameplay, that's not really the sort of game that I'm a big fan of. You know, gameplay-wise, I'm not a big Souls-like guy, as much as I joke about it during this. But...
You can't really bank. You can't really bank up there like you can with the stat. I'm just tired of Jedi surviving Order 66. Order 66, we killed all the Jedi but 2, and then over the years it's become like 100.
it's like, I mean, we went from 10,000 Jedi to like a good 20. Like, I think they're being reasonable about it. I think they're kind of overinflating the amount of survivors. Because the people that survived Order 66 weren't really Jedi. I mean, Cal was barely a Padawan. I mean, Caleb Doom, Kanan, like, also barely, like, fully trained. And the thing is mostly, like, untrained Jedi that survived became Inquisitors from what we got from Fallen Orders. What seems to have happened.
Battlefront secured. Choose a planet to destroy.
Doing it.
Battlefront secured. Select a planet to attack. Kashyyyk.
I will do it
Bonus.
for the entertainment purpose. We have not seen Kashyyyk this entire run.
Oh,
We're gonna play both. We're gonna play both maps. The first map is not that bad. Well, actually, this is Empire. On hard, it's really bad. On easy, it's sketchy. Sketchy at worst, I would say. We're gonna go ahead and beat Dark Trooper.
Now, I've always been of the opinion that the bringing balance of the Force thing was, like Vader defeating the Emperor in, like, Episode 6. Which, ignoring the sequels, really does tie up the character well.
It's been a while since I've run this map as Empire, so you have to forgive me. I am just copying the CIS strat and hoping that I don't get run over. Oh my gosh. Oh.
But yeah, Rebels good, Clone Wars also very good.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, recently actually, so there's all these different, like, competing ideas of how you should introduce somebody to Star Wars. And so there's a friend of mine who she had never seen any Star Wars before, so I decided, alright, I'm going to do an experiment. And so her and I, we watched the bulk of the Clone Wars. We skipped around some of, like, the less important arcs, but we watched, basically, I hand-picked, like, about half of the episodes for her to watch, and we watched them together, and then we watched Adventure of the Sith. So, you get introduced to Anakin, you get his whole story, and then you get to see him fall. And we were like, I think it really worked. I think it was a really good way of, like, introducing it.
It's surprising how well the story kind of works together over time. Like, I know that at some points it's not the most cohesive, but frankly, with as much Star Wars content as there is, it really should be more disjointed than it is. But they have, like, really not made any new canon per se, other than nuking Legends. Ignoring the sequels and nuking Legends. Kirby, you're doing Kashyyyk. Exactly.
And I think a big reason, like, a lot of the new content feels so cohesive, again, excluding the sequels, is that so much of this new television content, like Dave Filoni's behind it, and he's such a huge fan of the prequels and the original trilogy. So he's always trying his best to make references, tie things back in, and he's just... I'm a big fan of the guy. I'll sing his praises.
I really like Filoni, too. I really love what he's done with Star Wars. Yes, I know I lost the North Village. I'm trying to get back around here. Oh, you're Empire. You're Empire. Wait, where's... Oh, there's a Wookiee down here, too.
Yeah, I haven't consumed any of the High Republic content yet, I don't really know much about it.
I have not either. I'm just kind of waiting them out just a little bit. I've read the new Zon Thrawn books.
How are those?
They're pretty good. I haven't gotten through the second series. I got through the first new series he wrote, and I was pretty impressed.
Honestly, actually, this is what I've been meaning to bring up more. Absolute favorite canon novel that I've consumed, Dark Disciple. It's 6 episodes of the Clone Wars that never got made. They were all written by Katie Lucas, George Lucas's daughter. They're all so good. And they're compiled together into a book called Dark Disciple, and it is really, really good.
Okay, see, I've heard of it, and I've read the Wikipedia excerpts on it, but I didn't know the rest of that.
Yeah, there's a really wonderful excerpt at the end of the book written by Katie Lucas talking about going to the cinema with her dad and seeing all the people there with their lightsabers excited to watch Star Wars, and it gave me the feels, you know.
Dude, yeah, this is the problem with running this map as Empire. I cannot hold on to these CPs. And this is on easy.
It's the Ventress and Quinlan Voss book, and honestly, I don't think any of the canon content we've gotten so far quite sums up how horrible the Jedi Council was. This book really just paints a wonderful picture about how awfully dysfunctional the Jedi Council was, and I love it. But yeah, the book was great.
it was the canon ending for Ventress, wasn't it? Or it should have been.
It is the canon. The book is entirely canon.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, it is a crime that they were never, like, that script didn't get to see the, like, animation. It did not become a part of the show because it would have been a 6-parter, and it was all really good. Like, because Katie Lucas actually wrote all of the Night Sister, episodes, and also most of the Savage Opress stuff as well. She's one of those really good crack writers that they had on the Clone Wars team.
Not crash our TIE fighter. Yeah, we had to bail out on this map pretty hard. We just kept losing CPs and just had to content ourselves with getting bleed.
You decided to be caching.
I did. I mean, we've already seen Naboo a bajillion times. I mean, Naboo really could have went the same way.
Honestly, so yeah, there's the next big question. Is it Kashyyyk or Kashyyyk?
I would say Kashyyyk, but honestly, I don't care that much. It's like the Han thing in Star Wars. At this point, a lot of these places, it's like you could pronounce them slightly differently, and you know what, you'll be okay.
See, I'm Kashyyyk forever because that's how everybody says it in KOTOR, so I just can't get that out of my mind.
Oh, there he is. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Come on. I have high hopes.
Oh yeah, but the funny thing about showing my friend Revenge of the Sith for the first time is she had never seen it, and she's like, wait, that's a meme. Wait, that's a meme.
Exactly.
She had, like, through pop culture osmosis, she knew every single line in the film already, even though having never seen it.
Oh, I missed the first one. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Yes! Oh no, oh no.
Beautiful
that was too far. It was too far.
They're so graceful, these nade jumps.
Dude, it's just the landing. Like, if you could actually stick the landing, it would be amazing. But you can't guarantee you're gonna stick the landing on top of the roof.
I mean, the funniest thing about it for me is how, like, you can pilot yourself around in air, which is, like, total violation of the laws of physics. But...
Yep. Okay. Okay, we can't do the second jump yet. We gotta clean this up.
Alright, here's something I want your opinion on. What did you think of Book of Boba Fett, the episodes before Episode 5?
I was, I like Tamura Morrison, but overall I was just like, wow, this is, extremely slow and, you know, kind of disjointed. I wasn't impressed. I didn't think it was up to their
it's
usual
like-
standard.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Well, it wasn't until Din showed up that really saved it for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, after he showed up, I was like, okay. And it improved significantly, and I was like, okay, this is what we've really been building up to, I guess.
There are some interesting things they could definitely do with The Mandalorian. Like, I mean, not Mandalorian, with Book of Boba Fett. Like, especially, they could explore the fact that, you know, Boba Fett is a clone quite a bit more. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Rex is probably still alive. They could have him show up. Tamara Morrison could just have a beard, you know.
Oh, I actually hit it, but I hit the roof too.
I liked Bad Batch a lot.
I did too.
I do admit, like, I will admit there was a bit too much filler, but the non-filler stuff was great, and also I liked just seeing them be a family, and you know, just like a lot of people tend to like knock filler in a lot of shows, but I think filler is important for just getting to see our like main characters in non-stressful situations. It's important for like getting to understand them.
Did you just see that? That dude just deleted me. Okay, but he left the he left the command post. Okay, we might still be able to make it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Secret.
Yeah. Oop.
You can actually cap this CP from right here. Is it safe? Not really, but at this very instant, it's kind of advantageous.
I don't know
It's
about
just-
that, BMAC. I don't, you know, BMAC's saying that his theory is that they're grooming Boba to be rule Mandalore, but I don't know. I feel like he doesn't really have any ties to the Mandalorian culture, like, at all. He seems like he could really care less. He's just a man making his way through the galaxy.
Like my father before me.
Yeah.
We've captured a command
Okay,
post.
we capped the second CP finally. Let's get this fun movement out of here and just YOLO this CP. Okay, come on, come on. Come on, you can do it, buddy. I know we don't have sprint. Oh, nice. Oh, I hit myself with the nade there.
Probably my favorite things from like the various Boba Fett content we get is I'm pretty sure that the creators have figured out that every single time they use a seismic charge, all the fans just lose their minds. Like, they use a seismic charge and the IMDb score goes up a point.
Yeah, there's probably a mathematical formula behind it. Every time, in every piece of content, seismic charge!
Captured a command post.
Okay, that was not, like, horrible. I actually capped all the CPs.
Nice.
But this is, I mean, you just see exactly why this map is a pain in the butt to run. I hit the ceiling. Eventually. Okay, can we hit another one?
Imminent.
Nope.
They said Empire didn't have Droidicus.
Battlefront secured. Choose a select a bonus.
I have built, and I've seen people have recreated it. Jango's death is slightly longer in the original, where Mace chops him up a bit more before cutting his head off. It's about like 3 seconds longer.
Alright, we're back to the actual show here. We took a detour to Kashyyyk, but now we're back to maps that we would actually run. My community in the Battlefront 2004 speedruns, they would really enjoy it. So I have a fun story. I was on my best pace ever, and I destroyed Naboo instead of Kashyyyk. I was pretty demoralized, and honestly, I think that was the last time I ran this category. Other than when we did it in a race. This category overall it's pretty well optimized, unbelievably.
Reinforcements are taking casualties.
The world records for this are like pretty mistake-free overall. They could definitely go lower, but all 4 GCs, thanks to Glenmore, are under 30 minutes now.
Captured a command post. We've captured a command
But
post.
they require lots of patience and lots of RNG.
We've captured a command post.
Which means, of course, you could do all 4 under 2 hours.
Yes. But I'm not that good, so I knew what I was getting into. This actually, if you look on speedrun.com, this isn't actually a category that we run. All conquests, I kind of made this one up for the marathon purposes, just because once you get to a certain point, it's kind of hard to legitimize, like, does anybody actually want to see the mini Galactic Conquest when I'm running the same maps over again, just with, you get to choose which side. That's the only difference. So you actually pick, unbelievably, you pick Rebels and CIS. And you pick Rebels because the maps that the Empire has to run are just not good. They're just not that great. Okay, can we do this? Oh, no. I hit the ceiling.
It's funny, if sometimes with nade jumps, it really just look like they hurt.
Yeah.
Head on the bridge.
Okay. Well, the AI is gonna go cap the CP before I can get there.
Probably my favorite thing to watch, like that y'all guys do for these speedruns, is whenever you get the 4 of y'all together to do a multiplayer, like co-op, for like instant action maps and things like that.
It's so incredible that we're able to do that, and you know, we joke about the netcode for this game, but the fact that it's stable enough for the 4 of us to just blitz through 16 maps, it is a testament to how... It's a testament to the strength of the developers of this game.
Battlefront, select a planet.
Yeah, because honestly, it's just so much fun to watch y'all guys demolishing these maps in these incredible ways like that. So definitely check those out if you want something fun to watch. You know?
To have 4 people together and just being coordinated and wiping out maps in less than 2 minutes, essentially.
Yeah, BMAC, I'm sorry to break it to you, man, but Mace Windu is dead. He is not coming back, and I would be upset if they brought him back. Everybody keeps on going, oh, they're gonna bring Mace Windu back. No way, it's not happening. You were just complaining about Jedi surviving Order 66. Yeah.
Dude, I really, I'm almost like, why would you bring back Mace Windu? Like, but we didn't see him die. Yeah, but he flew out a window and he was missing an arm. Come on.
He's blasted full of lightning. Like, I understand Samuel L. Jackson wants to come back, and he gladly can for something that takes place before the Dark Times, but... come on, man.
Let's make him be a Force Ghost like Han Solo. Or a memory like Han Solo, I guess is actually how it goes. Oh my gosh, we're juking here. Whoa. Okay. Oh no! Dude. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier! No! This is you know, you can normally just camp out.
Getting pranked.
You can normally just camp out right here. We got a little bit lucky. They all lost aggro on me. Eventually, I like to throw nades at these steps, but I lost both droids. But okay, that was a little bit more exciting than I had hoped. Guess what, guys? The next map is the last map.
Oh, it's a long time coming.
Is it time for Hoth Tragedy 2.0?
Maybe. This is the only time we see Hoth in this, right?
Yep. All 4 main maps get played once in this category.
Activate bonus. Jedi.
And this is really not the optimal side to play Hoth either. But I would take credit for this. I came up with the movement for this category whenever I started running it again on this map, which is where I ran a sub 29 before anybody knew what sub 30 was in this category. In any Galactic Conquest, actually. Slumlord has since crushed me. But whenever we get enough jet here... Oh, I missed it. Oh, I'm so sad. Okay, we'll hit the second one.
Alright, so my pitch for a standalone Star Wars show is a standalone Kit Fisto.
Oh, no!
That is Kit Fisto. We just flesh out his character. We don't give him any lines. He just smiles the whole time. But it's Kit Fisto.
He just did that creepy smile from the 2003 show. Dude, I just can't hit it. My timing is way off. Maybe we can hit it once we get over there. But that dude, I gotta avoid that dude. He's still in the turret.
Oof.
This turret's unoccupied. The turrets on this map are so bad. But normally you can get over here fast enough. That doesn't matter.
Alright, so you could pitch any, Disney Plus live-action Star Wars TV show, Phantom. What do you pitch?
What do I pitch? Honestly? Dude, I want more, I want, like, the Jedi Apprentice books with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
It's an interesting era that not a lot of people know about, especially because it was more kids' books. But I have all of them. Actually, I have a bookshelf of Legends books that we finally moved to my new house out of my parents' house. They sat on my parents' shelves for a long time, even since I moved out. But I finally have enough bookshelves that I can throw them on. But Jedi Apprentice I have a soft spot for it.
That's fair. Do you want to hear my crazy idea?
Okay.
Alright, so it'd be a show following the Inquisitors. And the idea is each episode follows a different Inquisitor dealing with some Force-using like problem that the Empire wants taken care of. You know, various interesting ones like Force-using children or weird cults at the edge of the galaxy. And so each episode will follow a different Inquisitor. And then the final episode would be some poor Inquisitor that got sent after Maul that just gets absolutely destroyed. And it sets up and teases a standalone Maul TV show.
There you go.
Easy pitch.
See, I don't know how these guys aren't raking in money. Well, they are raking in money, but I feel like they could rake in more money with these ideas.
We captured a command post.
It's really tough when you look and you see a bunch of fan content that you'd be like... One of the things that I've been ranting about recently, I started playing I play it once in a while. The movie duels mod for Jedi Academy. I'm just like, you realize this is all Disney has to do is make a game like this, and they would make a ton of money.
We captured a command post.
That's all they have to do.
Star Wars is a cash cow, for sure.
Dude, what's up with my AT-AT? Well, at least Darth Vader killed that guy. Yeah, I have no clue what goes on with the AT-ATs here sometimes. Like, you can see this one's, like, half turned around.
They got distracted. They decided to go get in a turret off in the distance.
What? Turret? Where? It's weird because their objective is a shield generator, and he, like, gets to the point where he can see the shield generator and then just, like, gives up. I'm kicking this dude out. We're gonna kill this thing faster.
Like, I really wonder if it's like targeting some other like object, like some infantry or something.
Yeah, we've had a lot of theories about that, but I can't, like, with our debug tools that we have, like, I can't really tell for the tanks what their actual decision making is, and it's kind of disappointing. Oh, okay. Well, that dude's close enough that he's gonna fire on it too. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It looks like we're not quite getting a Rogue Squadron show, but we're getting something with the Rangers of the New Republic. I do think that seems like it's gonna be interesting.
Dude, guys, more content.
Our forces have destroyed the shield generator.
Okay. I don't know what's going on back here, but you get to watch about 2 more minutes of me capping CPs.
Filoni does sure love bringing up the Rangers, so. Oh, did Rangers get canceled? I didn't know. Was that the case?
I think it did. I think so.
Enemy forces have captured a command post.
I'm Googling that. I don't see
Okay.
any indication that it's going to be canceled. I don't know. Yeah, the Andor show is either going to be really dull or really cool. It is definitely a risk picking a character that isn't as, like, you know, cemented in the zeitgeist. Because, like, Andor, he was, you know, a main character from Rogue One, but that one, Rogue One, is good of a movie as it is, isn't one of those movies where the characters are, like, so iconic that they immediately, like, jump out in your brain when you
That was one
Star
thing. It was like, every time I think about Andor, I'm like, oh, snooze. Like, I want it to be good, but it just, like, of all the characters, like, I
feel
really...
there's potential there if it's done well. Like, you know, of kind of like painting the rebellion as not as pure and good guy as it might always show up as, you know.
Can't wait for rebels committing war crimes. Well, that was all of the Clone Wars, wasn't it?
Well, the
The
Clone
Republic.
Wars was the Republic committing war crimes.
Sweet.
I mean, to be fair, the rebels in the Rebels show also committed plenty of war crimes. Is that GG?
Yeah, that was GG, and I hit 3 instead of 1 on my keyboard, but that was GG.
Nice. Well, that was awesome. This was really fun.
Yeah. 2.5 hours just fly by. It was like 2:27 or something like that. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah, I was not at all planning on commentating for this, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Before we get off, what do we think? What's the mystery game gonna be? I gotta build up the hype.
Mystery game, I think it's probably going to be Star Wars Pinball.
I think it's more... I'm thinking Obi-Wan.
Okay. Oh, Seraphine just raided us. Thanks for the raid, Seraphine. And hey, Range, welcome, welcome. This run just finished, so we're getting ready for the secret mystery game. We don't know for sure what the mystery game is going to end up being. So, y'all guys, the guesses are all yours, but nevertheless, we're about done here. Is there any final things you'd like to say, Phantom?
I would personally like to thank the Star Wars speedruns community in general. BMAC has done a really good job. I remember coming in and being like, this is, like, nothing happened in the Discord, and Lane, I think, can attest to that, too. BMAC took over, and we incorporated a lot of things. I actually had seen a Kessel run before we started doing this last year with BMAC. So I thought it was pretty cool that we, as a community, were able to come together and do this. I hope you all enjoyed the 2 days. I would also like to thank the Battlefront 2004 community for being so awesome. And we're one of the bigger communities out there, but I think we're a little bit more tight-knit. And we've really expanded a lot since I started. And I hope we keep getting bigger and I hope we keep improving. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Lane?
Thank you so much for having me, Phantom. It was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Thanks for being on the couch, and I'd like to thank Skinny, who left a little bit ago. It's much easier to commentate when you have other people helping you out. So thank you so much again.
All right, you can cut us off whenever, BMAC.